Stablecoins on Cardano are finally heating up. We've got major updates and milestones being met by teams like USDM, officially minting over 1 million of their fiat-backed stablecoin. We're also expecting a new launch of a stablecoin backed by Emurgo, also known as USDA. We've also got more adoption of bridged assets coming in from WanChain, such as USDT and USDC. As a part of today's video, I want to dive deep into the current state of stablecoins on Cardano. What's up, ADA Nation? Welcome to Dapp Central, your home for everything blockchain and crypto. My name's Fareed. As a part of today's video, we're diving into the latest updates when it comes to stablecoins on Cardano. I want to give you guys just a better understanding of the current TVL for some of the top stablecoins in the ecosystem. I also want to talk about upcoming opportunities for new stablecoins. And then I want to give you guys an opportunity or an update surrounding USDM, which appears to be leading the charge right now when it comes to fiat-backed stablecoins on Cardano. As always, if you guys do enjoy updates like these, I would appreciate you if you could smash that thumbs up. If it's your first time stopping by, consider subscribing. If you have any questions, then make sure to leave them down below. If you want to take your support a step further, do consider delegating with the official Dapp Central stake pool, which is stake pool ticker DAPP. Right now, not only will you earn your traditional ADA rewards, you'll also be earning the Matera token. You'll be earning the Tokyo token for a brand new wallet launching here in the ecosystem, as well as the Sarah token. So 3 additional tokens on top of your traditional ADA rewards. That said, let's go ahead and just jump right on into today's video. I want to start by reviewing where Cardano currently stands among some of the other blockchain competitors. So right now we've got Cardano coming in at number 27 in terms of TVL, or total value locked. So right now sitting at $254 million, and we've got $16 million worth of stablecoins on the network. Now this is where we begin to sort of see the fact that Cardano is slightly behind when it comes to stablecoin adoption. If we scroll up here, just take a look at some of the competitors here. We've got Ethereum, obviously a lot bigger than Cardano is right now with 66 billion in TVL, but it also has even more in terms of stablecoins. So do keep in mind that not all stablecoins in circulation have to be locked up in some sort of smart contract or in some sort of Dapp. So that allows for that number to be bigger than the current TVL. Similarly, with the Binance ecosystem, we've got about 5 billion in terms of TVL with about 5 billion worth of stables on their network. We've got Solana with 4.8 billion TVL and about 3 billion for stablecoins. And then something a little bit more comparable, we've got Avalanche down here with nearly 1 billion in terms of TVL and almost 2 billion in terms of stablecoins. So when you just take a look at the ratio there, Cardano slightly underperforming compared to its peers. Now let's jump into this a little bit further. Again, we've got the 250 so million worth of TVL currently locked right now on the ecosystem. And I'm quickly going to overlay here the stablecoins. And you'll notice that around the same time that Cardano's price had its first peak following the recent bull leg, which took off in about October to November, we saw stablecoins reaching all the way to about $22 million worth. Now we saw another peak again back around back around March and April, where stablecoin value had reached around $22 million. But we've never reached more than just that amount, right? So we are hoping to hopefully make another leg up as price goes up, but we should also have more stable coins launching into the ecosystem. So at this point, now that we've got a better understanding of just the overall markets comparing to outsiders, taking a look here inside, let's take a closer look where updates can be had or updates have been made with some of the more recent stable coins. So let's jump back in here real quick. And I want to quickly touch on iUSD. So iUSD right now has the majority of the dominance when it comes to stablecoins in Cardano, right now sitting at about a 77% dominance. So again, this is probably the most accessible and the most widely adopted stablecoin right now in the current ecosystem. We can see that there was a peak in terms of the adoption or circulating supply for iUSD on April 8th at about $21 million. And we've seen a sharp drop off of that particular stablecoin down to about $14 million. Coming in at number 2, we've got the DJED stablecoin released by Cody. And we can see that there was a max circulating supply of DJED at around $6 million back in December. And that has also waned off to about $2.74 million as of late May. So we can see that we've got quite a drop off in both of the two stablecoins here, the two top stablecoins, giving us a total circulating supply as of today, June 3rd, of about $16 million. All right, moving forward, let's jump into individual stablecoins in the ecosystem with brief updates for each. First and foremost, we'll kick the conversation off with USDM, which has just crossed a major milestone. So let me go ahead and just quickly share this on the screen where it states here that the USDM reserve has officially reached $500,000. Now, that's not the actual surprise. The surprise is the fact that just refreshing and reviewing the official Charlie 3 feed, we can see that USDM has now broken over $1 million. This has been one particular stablecoin people have continued to ask when. It seems like the time is finally coming around. Now, we saw this amount well below $500,000 for at least a month since their initial release, dating all the way back to about April 15th or 16th. Now, what's interesting here as well is the fact that we haven't had the official release of the retail side of the equation. So right now, a lot of people that are minting, or the only people that are minting, are businesses and industries that have undergone through the KYB or the Know Your Business process. So I believe personally that once we do begin to see the retail pipeline open up, that this number will quickly double, triple, if not quadruple. Moving over just as a second source of confirmation, we can see that the 500,000 second mint has just gone through, which has now raised that total value to over $1 million. As a brief correction here, we did see this token launching on March 16th, not April 16th. So I was a month too far there. But good progress here nonetheless, with this team officially hitting such a major milestone with over 1 million of the USDM tokens currently in circulation. Now, if you are minting, or if you have already minted or just holding USDM and you're not necessarily sure what to do with that, we do have incentives for the ADA/USDM pool, which will be kicking off officially on MintSwap following their latest rebalance. So the rebalance actually just happened on, I believe it was the 1st of June, meaning that if you head over to MintSwap right now, you can see that for ADA/USDM, you'll be rewarded with a 25% APR. And if you hold iUSD in USDM, there is a 19 or 20% APR. So it's really good to see that if there is ever a mismatch in the price, for example, if the value of USDM is above $1, that you can actually sell that, right, for the underlying ADA, which you'll be receiving a little bit more. Or if the price is below $1, you can purchase USDM below $1 and you can actually redeem it for $1 through the off-ramp or through the burning mechanism. So there's a couple of different ways here to use these stable coins or to put them to work for you, but it does seem like USDM is finally getting that much needed traction here with that latest breaking news of the 1 million finally being minted. Now, I also want to highlight that with Sunday Swap V3, you can also go ahead and earn by putting your USDM to work, where ADA/USDM here earns you 17.5%. And they've actually got two separate pools, with another one providing nearly 40% in terms of returns. The last thing I want to take a look at here is the amount of USDM that is currently pooled, where we can see that there is a whopping majority currently pooled on MintSwap, nearly 400,000 ADAs worth. We've then got quite a bit, or a substantial amount, also locked into Sunday Swap V3 with 365,000, and then a huge drop off between that and Wing Riders, 5 Finance, MuesliSwap, and the rest of the other DEXs in the ecosystem. That, I believe, will do it there for updates surrounding USDM. Next, let's talk about USDA and Emurgo. So I just sat down with Amar from the Emurgo team, and for anybody who isn't aware of what Emurgo is, they're just the business development arm of Cardano, one of the 3 founding entities. Now, talking with Amar, one of the biggest talking points that we had was just discussing liquidity and stablecoins on Cardano. And he reassured me that we are going to have some updates coming in from USDA, which is a fiat-backed stablecoin backed by Emurgo, in the next couple of weeks. So I'll be keeping an eye out on that, but that hasn't launched just yet. I would assume that because it's backed by somebody like Emurgo, that on launch or immediately after the launch, that we should have a couple of $1 million worth of this particular stablecoin launched and ready to go to the community. Now, I want to play a brief snippet here from Vaneeth, who's one of the members participating at Emurgo as well. And I believe he's leading the charge here when it comes to USDA. So this bit here breaks down the fact that he's also confirming some updates surrounding USDA in the next couple of weeks.
Zen's tokenization platform. I know we've been a little bit radio silent in regards to USDA and the stablecoin. And I would say in a couple of weeks or so, we should have, I would say, quite a happy update in regards to that. So please stay tuned because I'm really excited for what's coming next.
So as you heard there, exciting times. Looks like we should be expecting at least some news about USDA. The last big thing that we heard about USDA was the fact that things were technically sound, but because of regulatory uncertainty, that they wanted to take their things slow or take things slow and make sure to do things the correct way in order not to hinder any future progress or development. Next, I want to briefly talk about WanChain. So WanChain is a bridging provider, and they've incorporated Cardano into their ecosystem. This was done about a year ago around the July timeline of 2023. As it stands right now, we have the bridging of USDC, USDT, and DAI, all three stablecoins into Cardano. As we can see here, they use a very similar burning and minting mechanism as the USDM team does. And if I scroll down here looking at some of the mint transactions, you can see times where there's minuses and then times where there's additions, right? So that's, again, the burning and minting or the bridging on and off of the Cardano ecosystem. That said, USDC is their most adopted token in terms of bridge assets to Cardano, where we can see that there's over $600,000 worth of USDC in the ecosystem. We've also got $250,000 worth of USDT in the ecosystem coming in from WanChain. And then when it comes to DAI, we only have a little bit there with just $18,000 worth. So not really a lot of adoption there, but there are some opportunities to put these assets to work for you, specifically on the Liquid protocol. So Liquid V2 officially live now on the mainnet. If you want to go ahead and put your stables to work, they do have DAI here with an APR, let's see here, of about, 20% if you're supplying. If you're borrowing, there is an interest rate or an APY of 34%. Scrolling down for USDC and USDT, we have an APR of 52% and then an APR of 47%. So pretty good opportunities there if you have, or APYs, I should say, pretty good opportunities there if you have the stable coins laying around and you want to put them to work. Again, do keep in mind that there is risk involved here with some of these smart contracts, as you are going to be putting your ADA in a smart contract in order to have it generate some of those APRs or some of that revenue or that yield for you. That will do it for updates surrounding WanChain. They do have some catalyst proposals. I'll be discussing those with the team here and providing more content over the course of the coming days. Before I jump into iUSD, if you guys are enjoying today's update, I would appreciate you if you could smash that thumbs up. If it's your first time stopping by and you want more content, consider subscribing. And if you have any questions or comments, make sure to leave them down below. Again, consider delegating with the official Dapp Central Stake Pool, which is Stake Pool ticker DAPP. So the most adopted stablecoin right now in Cardano is iUSD, again, with that dominance of 77%. We can see right now there is a market cap of about $14 million. So I'm taking a look here. The circulating supply is the same exact amount, which we can see here from Tap Tools. One thing I do want to note about this is as I zoom out, we are starting to see iUSD reclaim its original peg, which should of course always be a single dollar. So a while back, we saw the depegging of iUSD as a lot of people were basically minting it and then selling it on the open market, therefore applying a lot of downside pressure, causing it to depeg. With the release of Indigo version V2, the team made sure to take that into account and into consideration in order to reduce the risk of the protocol, right? Imagine, again, holding a stable coin that's supposed to be valued at $1, but not being able to redeem it at $1's value. You would feel like you're not necessarily getting a good deal. So we are seeing that the iUSD token has begun to repeg itself since the launch of V2. If we take a look at the next chart, we can see that the majority of the funds for this particular stablecoin is locked up on MintSwap, with a little bit going towards Sunday Swap, Wing Riders, Muesli Swap, etc. I do want to quickly highlight here as well, if you want to go ahead and put your stable coins to work, they do have an ADA/iUSD pool providing 14% in terms of yearly APRs. And then we've got JED/iUSD for their stable swap, providing a APR of 40%. So pretty solid amount there. Again, I don't think that a lot of these opportunities are going to be around for a really long time, especially as we get a maturity boost in terms of stable coins here and just liquidity in the ecosystem. So if you do want to take advantage, right now is a perfect time or an opportune time to go ahead and do so. Last but not least, let's quickly talk about JED. So this is released by Cody on Cardano. And one thing to keep in mind is that JED is a protocol and it's actually deployed on other ecosystems as well. So the JED Alliance is in charge of maintaining the different deployments and the different ecosystems. Cardano is just a single ecosystem where we have JED deployed by Cody, but they are on Emurgo. And I believe there's a few other blockchains that they're on there as well. In terms of current circulation amount, we've got 2.7 million of the JED tokens circulating. And the reserve ratio is very healthy right now, sitting at 533%, meaning that anybody can mint additional JED or they can burn additional JED in order to reclaim or get their underlying ADA's value worth of whatever assets that they're burning. All right, so I forgot to actually touch on a pretty key stablecoin here in the ecosystem. And so I want to take a second just to backtrack very quickly. And that is the MyUSD token coming in from a mint. So jumping back over here, we do see that the peg has held up extremely well. Again, if you take a look and you compare that to iUSD, we can see that it's never actually deviated for more than just a couple of hours, if that. And again, it's got an extremely tight range. So this is essentially what you want to see with a stable coin. Now, this is a synthetic stable coin, which is derived of other stable coins as the underlying collateral. Taking a look here, we have a circulating supply of nearly $1 million, so 952,000 MyUSD. Also keep in mind that this can be swapped to and from different chains. And so looking just to confirm here against Cardano scan, we can see that this again is in fact correct. We've got nearly 1 million of the MyUSD tokens here, and it's also incorporating the same mint and burn feature that we've seen with USDM. So I just want to quickly jump onto their official website for anybody who hasn't been there just yet. It's available at mint.ai. I'll leave the link to it down below. But as you can see here, we've got MyUSD, and we can see that that can be swapped to and from, I believe, Cardano to Tron with additional networks, including Solana, Polygon, and Arbitrum, and Bitcoin to come in the near future. So I want to take a moment to quickly highlight that network here as well and all the progress that they've made in terms of stablecoins and adoption here in the ecosystem. That'll wrap it up here for today's video, touching on just the general consensus around all the different ecosystems, how much TVL they have, and then how much of that is in stablecoins. We also talked about USDM, USDA, WanChain, iUSD, JED, and the Mint or MyUSD protocol. So let me know what you guys think down below. Which of these particular stablecoins is yours and why? Let me know why. I think it's pretty important to know exactly why people want to use one particular stablecoin over another. That'll wrap it up here for today's video. Again, I appreciate it. If you guys made it to this particular portion, if you made it this far, if you could smash that thumbs up, it really does mean a lot. If you want more content like this, consider subscribing to Dapp Central. And last but not least, if you have any questions or just want to share your opinion, then make sure you leave a comment down below. That said, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.